I am back. Good evening, everyone. I would like to call this Court of Common Council regular scheduled meeting to order for September 23rd, 2024. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Here.
Councilman Clark.
Here.
Councilman Gale.
Here.
Councilman Hernandez.
Here.
Councilman Mictum.
Here.
Councilwoman Rosado. Councilwoman Rossetti.
Here.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Let us all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to approve the minutes of September 9th, 2024.
Second. Motion has been made and properly second to approve the minutes of September 9th, 2024. Any discussions? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Mictum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado. Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make the motion to place the following items on consent. 3.3, Mayor Arul Laplam with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford to accept $23,245 awarded pursuant to Public Act 24-81 through the Connecticut Secretary of State. 3.4, Mayor Arul Laplam with accompanying resolution transferring $183,031 from the sundry not operating department expenditures in fiscal year 2025 to the Registrar of Voters Office. 3.8, Mayor Arul Laplam with accompanying resolution confirming the reappointment of the members of the City of Hartford's Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission. 3.9, Mayor Arul Laplam with accompanying resolution requesting the approval of Mr. William Christopher Ashong and Ms. Ashley Dallas to utilize City Hall for their wedding and reception on October 12, 2024, and permitting the consumption of alcohol. 4.1, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee with accompanying resolution confirming the appointments of Corey Betts and Kevin Rivera to serve as council representation to the Capital Region Council of Governments. 4.2, Health and Human Services Committee with accompanying resolution appointment of Deborah Baxter to the LGBTQ+ Commission. 4.3, Health and Human Services with an accompanying resolution celebrating October as Menopause Awareness Month. 6.3, Amendment of Chapter 2, Article 1, Section 2-13, Subsection F, Flag Raising Ordinance.
Second. Motion has been made and properly second to place the following items on the consent calendar. Items 3.3, 3.4, 3.8, 3.9, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 6.3. Any discussions? Councilman Mishton.
Just a quick clarification because my agenda doesn't have 6.3. I mean, I have seen the flag raising ordinance, and I think I had seen it. It was before under received, maybe. I just want to make sure that we've properly noticed it.
So, Councilman, there is an updated one that has 6.3 on
I
it.
actually just have a question about the flag raising ordinance. Oh. making me work a little closer to the mic than usual. Forgive me. For Corporation Council, a question about the flag raising ordinance that I noticed when I was looking at it today. The first part says the mayor can raise the flag of any country that we have diplomatic relations with. And the second part says, in essence, council can raise any other flag. So council cannot, on its own, raise the flag of a country we have relations with. It can raise some non-country flag. Is that what that means? I should say, this doesn't affect my vote. I'm just curious.
Yes, if I may.
Yes, you may.
through you, Mr. President. Yes, it's intended to allow council to raise other flags, and that flags of nations with which we have diplomatic relations would be within the exclusive purview of the mayor.
Thank you, everybody. That was my only question. I'm all set.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other discussions? Any other discussions? Hearing and seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Micklin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to receive the following items. 3.10, Planning, Economic Development, and Housing Committee, communication concerning postponing an ordinance establishing the Hartford Land Bank Authority. 4.4, Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee, with accompanying resolution amendment, Chapter 2, Article 1, Section 2-13, subsection F, flag raising ordinance. And 6.1, Operations Management, Budget, and Government Accountability, communication concerning postponing resolution of the Hartford Court of Common Council for reviewing and amending handicap parking policies and meter charges in collaboration with the Hartford Park Authority and disability rights organizations.
Second. Thank you. Motion has been made and properly second to receive the following items. Items 3.10, 4.4, and 6.1. Are there any discussions on the received items? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Micklin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I refer the following items to the Quality of Life and Public Safety Committee. 3.1, Mayor Arulampulam, with accompanying resolution to require to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the State of Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, the Capital Region Council of Governments, and the Region 3 Regional Emergency Planning Team. To Health and Human Services Committee, 3.2, Mayor Arulampulam, with accompanying resolution to accept a $275 flat fee stipend from Connecticut Children's Medical Center. 3.5, Mayor Arulampulam, with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford's Department of Health and Human Services to receive funding and execute contracts and contract amendments with the State of Connecticut Department of Public Health. 3.6, Mayor Arulampulam, with accompanying resolution authorizing the City of Hartford's Department of Health and Human Services to receive funding and execute contracts and contracts amendments with the State of Connecticut's Department of Public Health. 3.7, Mayor Arulampulam, with accompanying resolution appointing Fred Graves to Hartford's Commission on Disability Issues. To the Operation Management, Budget, and Government Accountability Committee, 5.1, Assistant Majority Leader Clark, with accompanying ordinance amending Chapter 4, Section 4-3 of the Hartford Municipal Code, with a public hearing on Monday, October 21st, 2024 at 7 p.m.
Second. Thank you. Motion has been made and properly second to refer the following items. Items 5.1 to the Operations Management Budget and Government Accountability Committee with a public hearing of October 21st at 7 p.m. Items 3.2, 3.5, 3.6, and 3.7 to the Health and Human Services Committee, and item 3.1 to the Public Safety Committee. Any discussions on these items? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Micdom.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado. Councilwoman Rosado. She's still there. Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado. She's not here. Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to postpone until October 15th, 2024. 6.2, Mayor Aru Laplam with accompanying ordinance establishing the Hartford Land Bank Authority.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and properly second to postpone item 6.2. Any discussions? Any discussions? Hearing or seeing none, Mr. Clerk, Councilman Mishta.
Really, a point of order. I thought I heard Councilwoman Rossetti say the 15th, but I think it's the 14th?
That's a holiday.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Mine says the 14th, and I saw it was a Monday. My bad.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Bilodeau.
Yes.
Councilman Clark.
Yes.
Councilman Gale.
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Micdom.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rosado. Councilwoman Rossetti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Surgeon. Councilman Thomas.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rossetti. Rosado. No, she's still not. Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Madam Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to put action on 7.1, Councilman Mixtum, resolution to comply with the URAA obligations.
Second.
Thank you. Motion has been made and properly second to take action on item 7.1. Councilman Mishta.
So I'm going to withdraw this, a lot of feedback. I'm going to withdraw this resolution, and I just want to say a couple words about why. This was a resolution based on what had happened to the folks who lived at 105 Sherbrooke Ave, who had a fire on August 10th. About 100 folks were displaced, and they were staying in motels, lousy motels, for a long time. We're up to like 55 days. Some of them are here, so if you see me looking out to them, that's in case I get something wrong. And the conditions in those motels were really terrible, the health conditions. Folks were having to go to the hospital. It was really bad. And the tenants really came together and raised their voices and fought to be heard and to get that addressed. A lot of people in the community did. This resolution was really just trying to put that into words, to put more pressure on the city to take the appropriate action to move them from those lousy motels into places with kitchens, among other things. And I spoke to the mayor this afternoon, and he told me that the city's plan as of right now is that he has worked with 3 other apartment management companies, which is to say not the building management that is related to the fire, who all have more than enough apartments available for everyone who's displaced and are ready to accept people tomorrow. That the city's offer of up to $4,000 to help with first, last, and security is still in place. That for people who can't move immediately and are in those lousy motels, any family that has a minor child, any family that has a disability, any family that has someone with cancer will be moved per the mayor either today or tomorrow to a better hotel that will accommodate their needs. So based on that and based on what I've heard from the tenants about what they want, that seems to meet certainly the bulk of the immediate needs, and it makes my resolution unnecessary. I would just say that if we've learned anything from this, it's that the city, we have work to do to create a better system for when this happens again, to create a system that guarantees safe settings, guarantees that the city will engage with people's needs, guarantees that the city will hold landlords accountable, and guarantees that the city will spring into action right away and not wait the better part of 2 months while people and their families are forced to live in conditions that I think none of us would tolerate for a single night. So I am glad that this much has been resolved, and I know we all have our work cut out for us to make sure this doesn't happen again. And I thank the tenants for their work on their own behalf to make it happen.
Thank you, Councilman. Since the maker of the resolution has agreed to withdraw it, then there is no debate necessary for this item. Since we have no other business to discuss, this council meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Take care.